The orcs smell, the Nords are rude, and the Bretons... Gods, don't get me started on the Bretons.
Why do all the best opportunity? Ah, greetings, traveler. Hold a moment, won't you? I'm looking for a cave. It would be foul-smelling, likely surrounded by scattered bones and such. Have you seen such a place? Ah, an inquisitive sort. I like it. I'm searching for a Nord beastmaster named Nikolvara. My contacts tell me she possesses an enchanted whistle that can tame any creature in Tamriel. Marvelous, yes? Apparently she lives in a Durzog lair nearby. Profit, of course. Durzogs make the perfect guard animals. But I leave. Haven't you heard? Truth be told, but... Yes. Ah, if it isn't my esteemed business partner. Excellent! I can't wait to try it out for myself. We'll be rich. Did you test it? How well did it work? You're joking, right? I spent my last gold piece getting to this three-forsaken wasteland? A pox...
There you are. Guess what? I have another message for you. It's wonderful to see you again, my friend, but I really wish the king would find someone else to serve as a messenger. I have so many other talents that could greatly benefit Orsinium.
Poor Zabani. Why will none believe that the gold is stole from the king, not her? Oh? What did you find? Do not keep Zabani suspended. This one knew you walked with Canarti's luck. Quickly, show them to Warden Org. The bunny cannot...
Keep away from the Khajiit. If I see you pass her anything, you'll end up in your own cell.
Oh? What information?
I knew it! Her story never fit together quite like it should. I'll make sure that mug gets back to the guard. I think the guard can manage a reward. Here you go.
I have little time to waste.
There you are. Guess what? I have another message for you. It's wonderful to see you again, I have... in the throne room. Oh.
May this one be of service.
Don't see many new faces at Chatul Range. Our only neighbors are surly giants. Speaking of which, dying. No amount of healing magic can fix smashed brains. Soon as he goes, Chatul is in for dark times. The clan will tear itself apart. We know which giant smashed the chief. I want to return. I have a few words to say to Chief Ogzor's mother. I'll meet you where Urkael the Cleaver's tracks begin. Don't know why we call him that. He carries a club. I don't really know. Most giants are surly enough. Urkael the Cleaver, we've come to learn, is a mean... You're right. Only made it 100 paces before it slammed into a tree. Took half a day to saw that bloody crest out. We tried to reattach the thing, but the Achater wanted nothing to do with it. Most of Chatul's warriors died in the first Winterborn raids. Without a good content, truth is, everyone's afraid. The chief kept this clan together for 2 decades. A strong contender will quiet their nerves. Slaying the giant who killed Chief Ogzor? None will doubt my strength. Ha! Exactly. Oh, you were asking. Well, I never challenged Chief Ogzor, even though people thought I could take him. But how could I kill my friend? Contenders for chief fight it out in the Bloody Knoll. It's our shrine to Malakath, up on the hill. He who emerges is chief. Simple as that. I don't really know. Most giants are surly enough. You're right. Only made it 100 paces before it slammed it. All right, let's find Urkael the Cleaver. Is that a track? It's... no, sorry. It's just some melted snow. Yazara? Yazara! She's out. Listen, we both know you're the one who avenged the chief. Happy I could land a few good smacks. I'll tell Yazara when she's back. You deserve the credit. That's up to the clan. I'm only doing it because Shatul needs a chief. Can't say I enjoy staking a claim. Small clan. Our stronghold let Shatul camp there in the summers. In return, Ashruka refused to be traded like the choicest pick of Echater. She chose exile rather than marry me. A month later, raiders from the Reach don't really know. Shatul tries not to talk about its exiles. Chief Ogzor... No. I've always respected how Ashruka held her ground, and I wasn't too keen on the match. I'd known her since she was a child, so going from Uncle Lorig to husband, we call that a Valenwood marriage. But don't let a wood orc hear you say it. Never. Chief Ogzor knew I'd consider that a dishonor after what he'd done for me, and Shatul needed my muscle. It wasn't charity, if that's what you're thinking. Listen, we both... That's up to small clan. Ashruka refused to be traded like the choicest pick of it. Never. Chief Ogzor's mother, Shatul. Yazara, look! I cut this off her Kale the Cleaver. My friend here struck the killing blow.
Impressive, Lorig. Why don't you show the others?
Sound advice, as always.
Come closer. We should speak. You avenged my son. I will not forget what you did for Shatul today. Nor will the clan. If you are willing. If Shatul is to survive, there must be a new chief. Lorig is one contender. The other is Ulgesh. I want you to meet him. Ulgesh returned from Orsinium shortly after my son's injury. He declared himself a contender, but I'm not sure why. The boy never had brains or ambition. Serving in the Orsinium Guard was my son's suggestion. Shatul needs a chief who looks out for the clan before himself. We have no walls to hide behind, only our wits and our skill herding Echater. If Ulgesh has neither, I need to know. I sent him after Scamper, our laziest Echater. Ulgesh can explain the task. He's never been talking.
Who are you? I don't need your help. All right, let's finish this so I can get back to the clan. Yazara asked for a snow truffle. This lazy beast can sniff it out. But it's a two-person job. I can't keep Scamper and hunt for a snow truffle. No clue. A potion, maybe? You scout ahead, find a truffle patch. Scamper will sniff the patch. If there's a snow truffle, he'll dig it up. Scamper is fast asleep. Keep trying, Scamper. Find the truffle patch and give me near boulders or trees. Lots of them between here. I lived in Orsinium for years. Sometimes... Nothing can fix that. I think he found one. That's the snow truffle. Grab it so we can get near boulders or trees. Lots of them between here. I lived in Orsini. Scamper earned some sleep. Let's get back to Chateau. Get that snow truffle. I think he found one.
Did you find Olgesh? Good. Give it here. Olgesh passed my test. Scamper has always required 2 people to wrangle. For Olgesh to send you back with the snow truffle tells me he learned to master his temper. Lorig and Olgesh are the only clear contenders for chief. They must enter the Bloody Knoll and duel beneath the stern gaze of Malakath. The one who emerges shall be the new chief of Chateau. I have not forgotten what you did for us. On behalf of Chateau, I name you Bloodkin. You shall always have a place among us. I already sent Lorig to the Bloody Knoll. Could you? Olgesh should be at his tent. It was my son's favorite food. His hearthwife. She has dozens of recipes. He loved them all. He won't be able to taste it. His mind, you see, there's nothing left of him. But I'll mix it into the poison so he enjoys it one last time. The poison I shall feed the husk that remains of his body. Yes. Yes, it is. Chateau must survive. Before a new chief is chosen, the old chief must die. By the time Lorig and Olgesh reach the Bloody Knoll, the poison will finish its work. Malakath will take no offense. I doubt that. An orc of Chateau would truly understand. You are neither. Yet you are bloodkin to our clan. And your words give me the strength to do what must be done. Chateau.
Over here. We need to talk.
You looked different from inside Olgesh's helmet. What? What did you know? Yes, you're right. How did you know it was me? I see. You seem to know much about me, Snow Truffle. But not everything. A merchant friend keeps me informed of Shatul. When she brought word of my father's injuries, I had to return and contend for chief. Shatul must survive. As an exile, I'm not allowed to enter Shatul. But Ulgesh is no exile. I traded him a new set of armor for his old, then returned to my clan. My own grandmother couldn't tell the difference. The real Ulgesh has a squeak in his voice. One day he paid Morgul's forge wife to make him sound like an ogre. He always wore the helmet everywhere he went. It still smells like sweaty breeches and onions. I cleaned it 3 times. Nothing worked. Now I head to the Bloody Knoll. There I will kill Lorig and become chief of Shatul. For this to work, my grandmother must tell her the truth. I don't care if she approves. She will need to...
My son, Chief Ogzor is dead. Lorig waits at the... What? Ushruka was exiled from Shatul. I would never allow her to contend for chief. That foolish girl. We're a traditional clan. Shatul will never accept an exiled woman as chief. A chief who lost his entire clan to raiders from the Reach? He refused to challenge my son, to give him an honorable death under Malakath's gaze, because of friendship. Take this ritual blade. It is flawed at its core, just like Lorig and Ushruka. Replace the blade of the weakest contender. When the blade fails, the weakest contender...
Ashruka? You have to go. If Ulgesh sees you, he'll kill you.
Ulgesh is in Orsinium. He sold me his armor before I came to Shatul.
No. What have you done?
Shatul must survive. Don't hold back, Lorig.
Malakath favor the victor. Goodbye, little one.
You've returned. I see. Our clan will believe Malakath favors the loyalty Lorig showed my son. They'll accept his victory, for now. I shall advise him, if he allows it, and I will watch for weakness in his heart. Shatul must survive.
This is
You
not
alone
justice.
emerged from the bloody knoll. Did you pray to Malakath for your victory?
I needed no prayers. Only my strength.
So now we have a new chief. Everyone is ready to forget Chief Ogzor, to ignore his murder.
I present your new chief.
Urkael the Cleaver robbed me of my husband's mind, but Glagosh is to blame. She secretly worships Boethia, the Daedric prince of murder. Her prayers... I am no longer Hearthwife of Shat. Try the Giants' camp where Chief Ogzor fell. Or Lugbag. Ask Shatul. I don't know. Hoy.
I lost my best friend. Then I killed his daughter. The woman I was once supposed to marry. When it rains, it pours. But right now, it feels like it's pouring out in Echater's back half.
You're the one who helped Scamper find the snow truffle. Everyone calls him lazy, but they just don't know how to motivate him. It's nothing. Well, Stubbs.
I should have been at my husband's side. He'd still be alive, and I'd still be his hunt wife. I should have been... Oh? About what? That's my hunting blade. Chief Ogzor must have grabbed it on his way to the giant camp. Careful how you handle it. The blade has a paralyzing poison on the edge. His sword jangles. Lots of little buckles on the scabbard. But mine is quieter than a thief. I bet he didn't want to wake me the morning he was injured. Damned fool, trying to prove himself. Didn't want his hunt wife along to fight the giant.
You rummaged through my tent? If you weren't bloodkin, I could gut you for that. Not that my things are your business.
But it's a book of battle poetry. I read them occasionally. It's what they preach in Arsinium, isn't it? Always wise to keep in touch with the king's politics. Better to know the old myths than sound like a bumpkin. We're a clan that travels the range. It gets boring at night. Sometimes we sing to keep up our spirits. No, that. I wasn't singing. I was chanting. I was out hunting when I nearly stumbled into a mammoth. They have poor night vision. If you chant the way the giants do, sometimes you can fool them into thinking you're not a threat.
Well, I don't. What is the point of your questions?
Yeah. The poor girl is still young. She can't accept that our husband fell in fair combat. There is no conspiracy. Just a good man who fell before his time. Tell her that.
So, what did you find? What did she have to say for herself? I knew it. Her hands are red with my husband's blood. Well, I don't know why he would, but you're right. His own blade was still in the tent. That means nothing. She's still a Boethia cultist. I'm sure of it. What does Glagosh care about Orsinian politics? The book proves her guilt. What about Lugbag? He heard something the night before my husband was struck down. You see, a cultist chanced to her Daedric prince, just like the stories. I bet she was cavorting in the moonlight. Perhaps she was chanting to ensorcel Urkale the Cleaver. We've all seen her do that before. Of course she would say that. Followers of Boethia live only to deceive. It was Boethia worship, no matter what she says. Chief Ogzord deserves justice. Something must be done about Glagosh. This is enough evidence for me to demand the blood price from Glagosh. You're right. I was just so angry. If she had been there beside him, he'd still be alive.
wretched mountain will be the death of me. I'm freezing out here.
This one.
Oh, splendid. More fodder for the mountain. I suppose that means we're gonna make another attempt to reach that wretched summit. Go present yourself to my lady. She should be on her way down the trail any moment now. This is Sorrow. Apt name, don't you think? The House of Orsimer Glories in Orsinium engaged my lady's services to find the shrine of Tora Groigron. It supposedly waits at the snowy top. No one's attempted to climb it in years, yet here we are. Only if you consider vile beasts, freezing winds, and falling ice to be a problem. We tried to climb the mountain 3 times now, and each failure was more spectacular than the last. If you're interested, Lady Laurent could really use the help. This expedition has really proved to be more troublesome. Famous, the House of... Legends claim that a powerful Karsten works for the museum.
Damn you, Karsten. Damn you, Karsten. How am I supposed to make a great discovery when you... Oh, hello. Are you at the House of Gory Details? The Glorious Orcs? Oh, you know what I mean. The Orc Museum. Have you brought the extra help I requested? Just you? Well, I was hoping for porters and guides. The last 3 times, you mean? We set up to start. Head up and present yourself to Karsten while I go check. Why are you still here? Do you need directions or something? We're not just talking about any dead orc. This is Tarig's shrine. Not only was he the founder of the original city of Orsinium, but he was the owner of the Armlet of Taurug. According to a scroll fragment I studied, the Armlet of Taurug is a magical bracelet encrusted with gems. With its power, Taurug was able to tame the savage wilderness. It allowed the ancient orcs to establish the first city of Orsinium. The museum in Orsinium has it on display. It only contains a few words in the ancient orc tongue, but I was able to make some sense out of it. It talked about the armlet, the shrine, and something called Sorrow's Kiss. Oh, doesn't that sound romantic?
Who in the name of Malakath's third tusk are you? Don't you know this is sacred ground? Besides, it's also one of the most dangerous places in all of Hrothgar. You shouldn't be...
Oh, she did she? I hope you know what you're getting into. Harpies and ogres are bad enough, but the true challenge of Sorrow is the mountain itself. The wind cuts like a sword, and the freezing mist blinds you. But that's not the worst.
Avalanches!
Sorrow wields her snow and ice with terrible precision. I've seen strong orcs swept right off the side like scoring a slaughter in 7-pick knockdown. We tried 3 times and lost most of our expedition. We're all that's left. To be honest, I'm not sure. We barely made it this far before we got separated from the others. If you could look for our companions, that would be helpful. The good orcs, each and every one of them. Expert climbers. But Sorrow isn't an ordinary mountain. Best way to...
Stibbets, don't you dare put down that firewood. It won't do us any good if it gets wet.
You make a sound point, milady.
I knew this. No. The up.
Dead, just as I feared. Wait, what's this? Fascinating. Most of the monuments up here are inscribed with 3-stanza epitaphs. It was a common practice. This rubbing appears to be Tarug's first stanza. It's written in Old Orcish, proclaiming the memorial's inaccessibility. They found Tarug's shrine! Well, obviously they found the shrine higher up on the mountain. As to why they came here to die, I have no idea. Let me translate this rubbing. No looters, no lesser orcs. Remarkable. We should try to find the other 2 stanzas. If I can read
Those poor orcs. Stibbins, be a dear and bury them.
Don't be ridiculous. They died well. Leave them where they fell.
Leave them? Out in the open? How barbaric.
Orcs don't bury their dead. And these are the first orcs to rest in the sorrow of generations. We won't steal that honor from them. Another stanza. Incredible. Toruk took the armlet to the very summit. But this word...
Come now, Stibbins. Keep up.
Right behind you, milady, as always.
This cold is unbearable. Stibbins, the firewood.
A fire! Splendid idea, milady. I'll just...
If this is Toruk's shrine, where's his body?
Milady, you need to see this.
Build the fire here. I need more light. Maybe there's a hidden door.
Lady Clarice Laurent, I insist you listen to me.
What are you going on about, Stibbins? Can't you see I'm trying to... Oh. I suggest a strategic retreat.
I wholeheartedly agree, milady.
Let's stand back here and let Karsten and our friend work in peace, Stibbins.
I think they found the third stanza, milady.
Quiet, Stibbins. There might still be ogres about. But quickly, Karsten. What does it say?
Let me take a look. Torug wasn't pleased that they built his shrine below the summit. He wanted to rest at the top.
Does it say anything about the armlet of Torug?
He carried it to the summit. It says he laid Sorrow's kiss upon it. Yes, Zugka. I'm certain it's kiss.
Sorrow's kiss? The same phrase from the fragment. Doesn't that sound so romantic, Stibbins?
Very sentimental, lady. But are you sure that doesn't say Zubra?
Now, Stibbins, really, leave the translating to the experts. In the meantime, I must speak to our friend. Isn't this wonderful news? To protect... haven't we been over this? I swear... Of course! It's written in stone. The ancients never lied when they were chiseling word... Hyperbole to keep undesirables from venturing up. And even if there's some modicum of truth to the tale, I don't agree with Carl. Our friends have returned to their senses. Oh, I told you they weren't dead, Stibbins.
And look, that must be the armlet of Torug. I refuse to let you go through with your plan, Lady Laurent.
Really, Karsten, not that again. We clearly have more to discuss. Stibbins, see to our friends.
You missed all the drama while you were unconscious. Lady Laurent and our helpful orc had a dreadfully intense argument about the armlet of Torug. Oh, it was wonderful to watch. Well, it's the thin air up here, but whatever you did made the weather calm down, so we followed you up. That's when Karsten and Lady Laurent started arguing. Karsten thinks the shrine would be a better location to display the armlet than the museum. Oh, most indubitably. The museum hired her to acquire relics, and she hates to disappoint. Perhaps you could talk to them, help them reach a decision.
I'm glad you recovered the armlet of Torug. But before you decide what to do with the relic, you need to hear what I have to say.
I don't know what's gotten into Karsten. Why would anyone want to climb all the way up to the shrine to see an ancient relic when there's a perfectly quaint museum down in Orsinium? I would say so. The museum specifically tasked us to retrieve relics and bring them to Orsinium. History is meant to be admired, not left hidden in the past. Karsten's plan means I will have failed in my mission, and Lady Laurent never fails. If you insist. But please don't take too long. All this cold is doing terrible things to my poor, chafed lips.
I'm glad you recovered the armlet. So it would seem. This shrine stands as a tribute to our past glories. It reveals an age when orcs thought nothing of sacrificing dozens of warriors to build memorials to our strength. It sets the kind of example that the new Orsinium needs. The armlet of Torug should remain in his shrine. Make sure every orc climbs Sorrow to see it, to understand what our ancestors were capable of achieving. In this way, the relic will become a symbol to bind our people together. Surely you can see that.
I don't know what I would say so. I knew I could count on you. Soon every orc... A little faster, Stibbons. I'm anxious to see what the relic actually does.
But, my lady, what if I'm not worthy?
Nonsense. We're not afraid of legends and superstitions, are we?
No, my lady. Of course not. Well, here goes nothing.
Oh, Stibbons. What did you do this time?
Maybe your manservant was right. Maybe it does say Sorrow's curse.
Stibbons always finds a way to turn the simplest task into an ordeal. Ugh! The Armlet of Torug will receive a place of honor. Now, someone at the Mages Guild will be able to help me thaw. Give me a moment, and I'll open a portal back to our base camp.
Portal? So why did we have to make that harrowing climb?
Teleportation is a delicate business. Can't just open a portal to some place I've never seen. I hope... Careful! Don't crack my manservant. Honestly, you orcs approach everything like you're going to war.
Perhaps you'd like to carry him, Your Majesty.
I've grown fond of this land.